Hi everyone, I'm Peggy Rometo and this is the Weekly Wake Up. Okay, so here we are another week, slowing down, checking in, being able to guide ourselves throughout our life. And it's really important that we learn this practice for ourselves to be able to listen, pay attention, discern the information as it's coming in, notice what feels true, what doesn't feel true. And because I'm doing this as a general read, that's part of your responsibility or your job is to not ever take anybody by face value, but to always listen as information is being shared with you and notice what's true, what's not true for you, what actions you need to take, what actions you need to avoid. And my hope in doing this is just that it gets you in the practice of paying attention, of listening, of looking a little deeper between things and not just taking everything in this physical world at face value, and start to ask deeper questions for yourself. What do I want? What should I be doing? Is this the right action? Is this for me? Is this not for me? Right? And I really believe that as we do that, our own challenges come up, our own, parts of ourselves that are frail may be shown to us. And they do that so that we'll stop and we'll heal. We'll take the time to work on ourselves. And as we work on ourselves, our intuition will get louder. So that's the benefit of always being able to slow down and to be able to notice where you're angry, where you're frustrated, where you're being reactive, and then being able to table that, push it aside, or go a little deeper and do some healing. And when you actually do that process with yourself, your intuition will get louder. So this is the month we're moving into, this particular week, we're moving into Cancer, into the sign, the new moon of Cancer. And so this new moon energy of Cancer is a very kind of emotional time for a lot of people. You may find yourself, just a wide variety of emotions, right? Like super high and then maybe sad or maybe angry, or it's just Cancers tend to be a little more sensitive. So just notice this week that there might be a little bit more sensitivity happening to yourself or to people around you. As that energy is coming in and it's beginning to influence everybody. And actually the new moon is, I believe, it starts to come in on Tuesday night and it's there on Wednesday. So just know that this energy is some of you may already be feeling it if you're super sensitive. So let's start with the way we always start is by closing our eyes. The information's already coming in. Sorry guys, I started. So let's slow down. And let's go into the heart, right? Where you just close your eyes, you set your intention, you go there. Take 3 long breaths down and 3 long breaths up. Let go. And let's see what's in store for us for this week. Okay, so let's play along. Well, of course, the message right away is how perfect it's to slow down. So did you notice, like, as soon as I went into starting to have conversation, I started saying what was going to happen this week with the energy. And so I didn't even take us through the initial breathing because immediately the energy was there. Immediately I was reacting to the energy. So there's a clue there that there's a lot of reactive energy, information, energy, sensitivity coming in very quickly. What we're being asked to do is slow down, take a breath with it, feel the feelings, but do not become the feelings, right? So it's that challenge of being the observer, noticing what's going on in your life, noticing what's going on with those around you, but not being caught up in it, not being swayed by it. We want to be the anchor. Our job is to be the anchor this week. We're grounded, we're solid, and everything else can sort of flow in and around us. We can, like the tide, ebb and flow with it, but not become it, right? So when we can be anchored this week, it gives us more power. It allows us to kind of see things, not get caught up in those high highs or be drugged down to the low lows. And more importantly than even in the whole emotional factor of everything, is that we'll be clear, we'll be better advocates, we'll be more inspirational, we'll be more wise and true, we'll be able to help people and be able to give good advice and practical information because we're grounded and we're not being swept up in, wow, this amazing thing happened, or wow, that horrific thing happened, right? because we've got this duality that's happening around us, and it's going to be amplified this week. And you're going to notice or just feel more sensitive. Most of us are going to feel a little more sensitive. Now, this can be a really happy time, a really glorious time. People will have babies this week. Conversely, there will be people who will be passing this week. It's right, and we have that every week. It's just that this week we are a little more sensitive to what's happening. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. If you can find this energy, there's a really nice energy that you can ride where, you know, so many times we can see or project difficulties in our life. Like, oh my gosh, I'm out of money, I need money. Or, wow, I've got to pay for this. Or, geez, you know, I'm worried about that person or that child, right? So it's about, you know, when we project our energy, when we put it out there, imagine that you're projecting and clearing the path, right? Just imagine that water is coming down, the flow from the universe is coming down through you. If you can want to imagine it now, and just imagine instead of a shipwreck that everything's cleared away and there's grass is green and things are beautiful around you. And when you take a moment to kind of do that for yourself, your perception changes. And when our perception changes, we can see the answers. We can see the steps, the action steps that we need to do. So if if you're going through something this week, or somebody that you love is going through something this week, don't get swept up in it. Just use that quick little visualization to kind of recalibrate and to see the path clearing, and then breathe, let go. And when you do, answers will come in. You'll just know what to do. You'll respond differently. So there's a lot of opportunity for us to respond appropriately this week, to be able to get things done, to be able to make a difference for other people. There are a lot of tasks I can see that some of you have that are piling up that need to be done, because there is also a carefree energy of summer happening, right, for those in the US. And for those of you on the other side of the world, there's this fall energy moving into that summer and winter solstice coming up here in the next couple of weeks. So there's endings and beginnings that happen with these cycles, and those cycles happen for us as well. So some of you are experiencing endings, right? The ending of a school year, the ending of a time with your family, the ending of maybe your children are moving out of the house, or maybe this is the beginning for you of a new family, or the new start, or maybe you've just ended a relationship and you're starting a new relationship with yourself. So there's these endings and beginnings that are happening, and this week is, a lot of you may be caught up in the emotion of an ending or the emotion of a new beginning. So just know that there's a lot of big energy that's happening, and it's happening swiftly, right? So a lot of changes, swift, fast-moving changes, and that emotionally we can get caught up in this week. So we want to do our best to relax and slow down our own reactions, either too high or too low. Okay, so let's see what else is in store for us this week. So be patient with yourself. Be careful not to overindulge with your emotions, right? You know, sometimes it's easy to feel sorry for yourself. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the hype, and then we forget to do what we need to do. So just know that when things are brought to you, our job this week is to try and stay the course, right? Just try and be happy, and be happy for somebody or their success, and at the same time have empathy or compassion for somebody when things aren't going so well. But do our best to just stay that middle of the road, right? To be that grounding force, the anchor that just can hold it steady. All right, so such a theme. So let's see what else is going on for us this week. There's a lot of opportunity for creativity and money too. Creativity and money. You have to look for it. It doesn't. For most of us, money doesn't grow on trees and you just pick it and grab it. But if you shift your focus or put your focus to how can I earn more money, or how can I get my bigger share, right? With this new moon energy that's happening Tuesday, Wednesday, we can always plant new ideas. It's a great time to put our intentions out there. It's a great time to ask for a raise. On Wednesday, it's a great time to say, hey, this is what I need. It's a great time on Wednesday to be able to say, hey, I can do it. You know, this is what I'll offer. This is what I need in exchange. So be prepared for opportunities to come your way, and be prepared to grab it and say yes. Opportunities don't always come back around. So be aware if somebody's offering you something, it doesn't mean it will be there next month. So for some of us, this means we're going to have to say no to maybe something that was fun, or no to, you know, oh God, I was going to go away this weekend, or geez, I was going to take the day and go to the beach, and now this work is showing up, or they're asking me to go and do X, Y, Z, and that means I'm going to miss the family vacation and I've got to go do that. Just be aware that some of these choices aren't going to come back around again. At least this is what they're telling me, that this is some of these choices, like you need to take it now if that's what you want, right? So just be aware, some of us may be faced with some crossroads this week of opportunities that aren't going to easily come back around. So just be aware of that. Okay, let's see what else. A lot of vision. So our psychic antenna, our intuitive nature is going to be clearer these weeks ahead, these next couple of weeks. So just be aware. Can you feel that energy? As I talk about that, I can feel this energy rushing in. You may be feeling it in the form of like cold air. For some of you, maybe feel like all of a sudden you feel a little bit cooler, or you may be feeling the goosebumps or vibrations around your legs or your thighs. These are all little, it's like our clairsentience, the little antennas that we have, right? That we can feel the truth of information. So your intuition is going to be heightened this week, and you want to pay attention to it. I could talk for hours about intuition, so I'm not going to go there. So let me see what else is in store for us this week that we need to be aware of. If you want something, if you really want something, don't take no for an answer. Keep looking for how can I create it, because it's kind of like, reminds me of, you know, just a turnstile, right? If you don't see it, if you ever shop at Walmart and they have the little turnstile, right? And they put it in the bag and they turn it around, and you have to kind of like turn it all the way around to make sure one of the bags didn't get left on there. It's like that. If you keep turning it and you go, oh, now I can see it. It's like that. If there's something that you want and you're not seeing it, keep looking at it from another angle. How you can get it. How can I get it? How can I do it like that, right? And you never want to contort yourself, right? I mean, we've all tried to get things that weren't healthy for us, and the universe gave us signs and said, you know, I know you want that, but it's going to cost you in the end. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about an effort that it takes for us to believe in a vision and then to let the universe bring us that vision, which is different than trying to contort the vision. This is about just, hey, looking at it from a different perspective and seeing how it can flow into your life. When it's not flowing, there's either one, we're not meant to have it, or two, we're just not looking at it right. And so the information's not coming in. And that's what I'm talking about. This particular energy is not about blocking information. This is about, it's right there. You just have to look at it from another angle to get what you want. So the way to do that is ask yourself different questions, or just say to the universe, show it to me so I can understand, or show me how I can receive that, or show me the action steps I need so that I can take it. So it's conversations like that that you want to create with yourself this week, so you can get your due, so you can get what's coming to you, so you can actually get that promotion, get that raise, get that date, you know, get that trip, whatever it is that you're asking for, or that help that you need for yourself or for your child or your spouse or a loved one or a friend, right? So whatever it is that you're asking for, ask clearly, ask specifically, and then look at it from different angles so that you get a full picture of how to receive it. Because I really feel like there's gifts here for us. We just have to kind of look at it all angles so that we actually receive it. All right, let's see if there's anything else in store for us this week that we need to be aware of. So a lot of you are going to be releasing some old drama or old challenges, old pain or suffering, you know, and that can come up in a different way, a couple different ways. It could be some healings offered to you. It could be through therapy. It could be through traditional counseling. It could be just through having a conversation with somebody who's close to you. You need to get something off your chest. Maybe you have a chip on your shoulder about something. Opportunities will be presented this week for healing. And what there is to do it, right? Don't avoid it. Some of you may be asked to have hard and difficult conversations, to what we call tough love, right? Which is to force yourself to say something that's really uncomfortable, but it's very much needed. So just be aware there may be some tough love conversations going on this week that either you have with yourself or you have with somebody else, or maybe they're having it with you. Or it could be even the universe having tough love with you and telling you, get out of your own way, stand up, do this for yourself, let go. Whatever it might be, you know what you need to do. We all know what we're avoiding. We all know where we're moving in the wrong direction or what needs to be done, and we're resisting or we're afraid. And if you don't, just let go and ask. Ask to be shown, right? Because there's very crystal clear energy this week that we can actually see it, and intuitively will be guided to it. Even though I can't talk. So sorry about this. All right, so let's see what else is going on for us. So use your creative energy this week to serve you. What's that mean? It means, what do I want? Ask what you want, and then use your creative energy to help you get it, to help manifest it, right? Be creative. There's all these, all these different tools that you have access to that are within arm's reach that you can make happen, whatever it is you're trying to make happen. So if you need extra money for a birthday party, it's around you, it's there. If you need extra money for a trip, it's there. Whether you have to sell something, whether you have to work a little bit harder, or whether you have to borrow it from a friend, you all have access. So we have access to everything that we need. And the idea is that we're just not looking, and to get out of the emotion. And when we get out of the emotion, we drop back into our body, into that anchored position, and now we can clearly see. So it's the emotion that gets in the way, that blocks us from our thinking, or that blocks us from our perceptions of really being able to see how the Creator is working with us. All right, you guys, that's it for this week. Really enjoy the energy, really stay with it. Really just breathe and be that anchor for yourself this week so you can act intuitively in all cases at all times. Have a wonderful week. It's really, there's a lot of playful, light energy here as well. It's okay to enjoy it. Just don't get swept away in it, that you stop doing what you're supposed to be doing. All right, have a wonderful week, everyone. Enjoy it. Enjoy the new moon of Cancer that's coming in. And I look forward to connecting with you again next week. And if you like the weekly wake up, please share it with your friends, comment below, and I look forward to connecting with you again soon.